All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking basketball. A lot of great basketball went on last night. Let's whip out these notes. Actually, before we whip out these notes, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, man. 2,073 subs. Had a banger last night, so I appreciate all you guys, man. Trying to get into all of the NBA, doing Rockets videos every day, or definitely every game day, post game. So yeah, every day. But I definitely want to do just a full-on NBA video every day. And last night we had a couple of good games on TNT. So I didn't watch the. This is pissing me off. This is not plugged in. This is for show. If that wasn't made evident. I didn't watch the Heat Kings game for very obvious reasons. Who gives a fuck? I'm just kidding. But I did watch both the games on TNT because those were a little more entertaining to me and it was a little bit more convenient. So last night, the Raptors, they really whooped the Bucks. I mean, I know they won by 14 points. It doesn't really seem like a blowout, but to me, the whole game was a blowout. I just kind of knew immediately. I mean, first off, Giannis missed his first 3 free throws. I've got it right here, 7 of 13 from free throws, 0 of 4 from 3. Just watching Giannis, every time I watch the Bucks play basketball, I'm like, this isn't going to work. It's not going to work. But they were shorthanded last night, and that's a big deal. Most teams every night are going to be shorthanded at least. I mean, obviously, the Raptors were missing Lowry, so still a tough loss. But, I don't want to bash the Bucks too hard because I'm sure they're still going to make a deep run in the East. However, every time I watch this team, every time I watch Giannis, although, last night, 23, 12, and 8, like he's, back-to-back MVP. Like, this dude is a beast. But as far as playoff basketball goes, man, I do not like just the way they're set up as far as playoff basketball goes because of Giannis's game. I mean, the dude can't make threes at an efficient rate. And once you get into the playoff, all the holes, all these lanes where Giannis is driving, and it's very, very similar to James Harden, where it's like, what these guys are gonna do when they're coming in the lane. Though they get clogged, they get doubled, they get tripled. So in the playoffs, Giannis is gonna have a much more difficult time. However, they have Chris Middleton, they've got Brook Lopez, they've got Drew Holiday, they've got a whole bunch of pieces, so I'm not worried about the Bucks. However, I don't see them they're not better than the Nets to me. They're not going to beat the Nets. The Raptors, man, Raptors looked great. They've been looking really, really good, and it's ever since, do I have their hat? I've got their hat, I think it's back at home, but ever since they won the NBA Finals, I'm Team Raptors, man. Every time they're on, I root for them. I love them. Norman Powell last night, 29 points, 4 threes. Pascal went off 27, 6, and 5. He got off to a great start as well. The Raptors, they just seem to be coming together. Fred VanVleet last night, 17 points, 8 assists. I mean, as a cohesive unit, they just mesh. And it's fun to watch. It really is. I would love if they were to make a run at I don't know why I just did that. I would love if they were to make a run at a bigger name free agent or just even another piece to try to make a championship push because Kyle Lowry's getting there in age. However, they've got some young pieces over there in Toronto. They'll be just fine. Let's talk about the game we all want to talk about, the Brooklyn Nets. I made a video yesterday. I said the Brooklyn Nets are going to win this game. 99% sure. 100% sure. Like, without Anthony Davis, even though the Nets were without KD, I just saw no way, shape, or form, unless LeBron was trying to drop like 44 last night. I just saw no way that they were going to outscore the Brooklyn Nets. Like, I understand the Nets have defensive issues, but they are still the best offense in the NBA, and it's not even close. It really isn't even close. Joe Harris last night, 21.6 of 7 from 3. I mean, it's like people just forgot how lethal Joe Harris is. He is an incredible, one of the, if not the best three-point shooter in the NBA right now. I mean, this is efficiency. It's unbelievable. He is on a hot streak right now, and he's a very, very important piece, if you ask me, because he's that guy in the playoffs. You want this guy's confidence at an all-time high. You want him knowing you're going to pass it to him. You want the teammates and Joe Harris both thinking that shot's going in 100%. No doubt in my mind, because they're really going to need Joe Harris in the playoffs. He's going to be that X factor, that guy who comes in, drains 6 threes, and it's like, well, shoot. How are the Lakers, how are, teams in the playoffs going to compare against that? Because that's just one player. We're just talking about Joe Harris. He's not even in the big three. Last night, 6 of 7. I have only good things to say about Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, or that might have been flipped. I think I messed that one up. But Kyrie, I really like what they do. I really like what the Nets are doing right now without KD. Kind of let both let Harden and Kyrie on the court at the same time. Harden's the primary ball handler, and then once Harden rests, it's Kyrie time. It's takeover Kyrie time. Last night, everybody was hitting. Like, everybody was hitting. They had 18 threes. They didn't need Kyrie to do anything more than 16 points. James Harden only had 23. 11 assists. I cannot believe he is averaging 11 assists. I mean, this dude, he is so good, man. And it's a tough part, because I know some Rockets fans might be watching this video right now thinking, making a Nets video. Well, James Harden I still love James Harden, man. I know he did us a little dirty with his exit, but it's in the past, man. It's time to move on. I want Harden to win a ring. I want him to win a ring so badly, and he deserves it, man. So I will never bash James Harden. I really don't want to. I really have no desire to. I don't think he deserves to be bashed. But it is tough what he did, kind of his exit strategy. Very unprofessional, very much a diva, but, some time has passed now, and, it's no point in crying over spilled milk. So, TLC, baby. And I'm not talking about the reality channel. 5 threes last night. LeBron James, that was a horrible transition. I'm sorry about that. 5 threes for TLC last night. Now let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to get too excited over this win. Does anything really have to be said, man? The Lakers were shorthanded. The Nets were shorthanded. This game was just kind of cool to see both of them play for the first time this year. They have one more meeting scheduled, and hopefully everybody is healthy. But I know losing or not having AD it's huge in that game. The Nets, obviously, they didn't have KD. Kuzma 16-10, LeBron 32, 8-7, 5 straight wins for the Nets. Nets are balling out right now, and I absolutely love to see it. Lakers aren't really playing like themselves. They actually have a better defensive rating without Anthony Davis out on the court, but that's for a whole plethora of reasons. So I wouldn't worry from the Lakers. I actually saw that Blake Griffin and the Lakers reportedly have mutual interest if Blake were to get bought out from the Pistons, so that would be fucking scary. I know Blake's really slow, a lot unathletic, but still, Blake on the Lakers, that's a problem. So we'll kind of see what happens with both of these two squads, but it's really nice to see the Nets kind of get things going. 5 straight wins, like I keep mentioning. And, obviously KD hasn't played in a couple of games. So I really love what they're getting going right now. Everybody is contributing. Tyler Johnson, Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, like all of these dudes are competing every night. And I think by the end of the season comes around, I think that they're going to really just be looking like a great team. And I would totally expect them to make at least a move. I mean, they went out, they got Andre Robertson. I don't know too much about how much that's going to help them, because Andre's shooting is just an automatic break. Like, he hasn't been in the league in a couple of years, so hopefully he's worked on that. But I don't know if it was Rachel Demita or whatever it was, but that dude's shot is broken. Like, I broke my wrist when I was a freshman in college, and I started shooting the ball lefty, and I still feel like I could make more shots lefty than Andre Robertson could. And, obviously that's just a joke, but it's a major liability on offense is kind of the point I'm trying to get across. So I don't know what his minutes are going to look like. think he only got about 4 last night. He's got to work his way into the system as well, work his way back into shape. But all said and done, it was a great night of basketball. Great 2 games. Obviously a lot. It really sucks because it's like every night, all the big game, or way too many of the big games, it's just like too many guys aren't playing. Like last night, no Kyle Lowry, no Drew Holiday, no Anthony Davis, no Kevin Durant. And it's understandable, and once the playoffs come around, hopefully everyone's healthy and ready to go. But all this Corona stuff is just kind of tricky, and at the end of the day, Nets are looking good. Lakers, they'll be just fine, man. They'll be just fine. They're playing a red hot Brooklyn Net team without their second best player. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, comment if you enjoy these types of videos, and I'll see you guys later.